Hello everyone, this is Kubo, and this is my laundry talk. Hello! This show is for my language improvement, nothing else. So I will talk whatever I want to talk today. I'm going to talk about being right and being wrong. Meaning by that, let me give you some examples. I have been going through so many interviews past couple weeks. Me and my partner are looking to move to Japan, and for that we definitely need a job. So that's why I am doing all those interviews and stuff. And then again, I'm just talking about specific stuff, but for interview, when people asks about, or interviewer asks about, when was the time you had a problem, and then how did you resolve that situation, when you faced that problem, how did you fix it, etc. So there are a lot of like typical questions, and because this is the interview, there is no correct answer or there is no wrong answer per se. And people say that like, you don't like, just be yourself and do whatever or say whatever you think what you think. And then I think I genuinely believe that, but at the same time I just cannot help thinking about, am I saying this correctly, or am I telling this story efficiently? And there's also some kind of expectation or some kind of answer what interviewer is looking for. Ideally, we want to tickle that, right? So while I'm asking or when I'm answering those questions, I cannot help myself thinking about, is this the answer they're looking for? Oh, this is the industry I'm interviewing for, so I should say blah blah blah. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes I feel disgenuine too. And what's the problem is, when I face the situation that I'm actually feeling that way, somehow I don't want that sound false. I don't want that sounds like I'm lying. So that gets me think a little bit weird way as well. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say here is, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about being right and being wrong. Last episode I talked about emotion, and that's another category that there's no correct or right answer to it. Like for example, when you are hurt emotionally, when you are upset by someone else's problem or someone else's behavior, there is no correct way for you to express how you felt. And because I'm so afraid of starting the situation because of myself, the situation gets worse, situation gets so dull, becomes so negative. That's something I definitely refrain from. And then I'm trying to find a way to express without causing those problems, but because I'm so afraid of making mistakes in the course of expressing my emotion, I typically just put it in myself and I just don't express that, just simply because I don't want to risk it. I guess it works in certain degree, but it's not gonna solve the problem, right? And I just do genuinely feel that's one of the big problems I have. And I definitely getting better at it. partially I now think that at the end of the day, my emotion is my emotion. Someone else's emotion is not my responsibility. So if I'm genuinely hurt, genuinely upset, I should express that. And I do believe there is always better way to tell other people how you feel. So how I definitely pay attention to how I express it rather than what the consequences looks like. Instead of thinking about what other people react to it, I would more focus on how I should deliver these statements. So that's good. However, though, this is just my ideal thought. At least I'm having that, so I guess that's better. But yeah, and then especially like in Japan, this is one of the ability that you wanna keep, just because culturally you don't wanna stir the situation too much. It's almost considered as a virtue if you can hold emotions in you and then keep the situation calm or smooth transition, smooth communication. So that's definitely a thing. Again, I don't know how healthy it is, but it is what it is. And that's where my thoughts are coming from, I do genuinely believe. Because I'm Japanese, like I'm quite Japanese, surprisingly Japanese. So it is what it is. But in Canada, if you cannot express those emotions or express what you think, your emotion, your opinion doesn't really exist until you say it. Which is I don't know, I feel like it's healthier. You want to know what's going on in their head. You want to know why this, let's just say there's a deal breaker for the deal you're working on and the other person stopped responding me, seems upset. You want to know why this is happening so that you can fix the situation from the core rather than just put some band-aid on top. So again, there's like certain, I do think I want to be able to tell other people how I feel. I would definitely want to deliver, at least share, to be on the same page. I want to share how I feel. And again, going back to the story being correct and wrong, there's like wrong or correct for emotion. So I need to kind of reel it in and then think about it like that. And what I was gonna say? Interview situation is good. Shoot, I was gonna say something nice. Okay, so going back to the story of being wrong and right, and where is my resistance towards being wrong come from? I don't know. I'm trying to think why I feel so embarrassed or I feel so resistant towards being wrong. There has to be something that makes me think that when I'm wrong, I guess I don't want to be seen as failure, that's for sure. And failure, in my opinion, is someone who is lazy and someone who is wrong. Do I think that way? I don't think so. So why do I think that if I make mistakes I will look like failure? See, that doesn't really make sense. So it's just, I'm wrong that way. I'm wrong in that way. So what I'm going for is it's fine to be wrong. You know what? Going back to school era, I was very good at math. I was very good at math one thing is that there is an answer, like it's a correct answer. So you just need to find out by using different formula, different kind of, just like, you know, gather all the formula and then just find out the one answer that they are looking for. So there is wrong answer and correct answer. However, literature, I was terrible at. When there's a questions, right, that what this character in the essay was thinking in this moment, I was like, I don't know. It could be that, it could be positive, you know what, but he was crying at the end, so there must be some kind of sadness there. Oh, there's like so many layers of, again, it just going into the spiral. So there is no, because like again, literature doesn't really have a correct answer, but you just need to find out something closest to what other people assumes. And that's somewhere I don't keen. I prefer to have like an answer, but think about life. It's a layer of vague things. There is, when was the last time you actually had the correct answer, but you couldn't get to the point? There is never answer for, no, that's not true, never. You know, when you work, especially communication, there's no correct answer to anything. But when you are doing personal lending application, there's an answer, which is like the ratio between your monthly payment and your income has to be, the ratio has to be less than 47%, for example. So that's something I enjoy, or at least I am good at, because there's a goal that I can accomplish. So I just need to gather around formula and then just, you know, go or be closest to the answer. And that's why I was better at math. But when it comes to no correct answer phase, always gets in my head. But I love art, so that's different, right? But when I do some creative work, for example, I just created the sculpture that looks like a Japanese garden. I don't know if you've ever seen, but that's like when you go to Kyoto, and then in Japanese old houses, they have a huge garden with the white little rocks, and they make kind of pattern on top of with those little white stones. I wanted that, but obviously I don't have enough land or enough garden to make that happen. So I was like, okay, so why don't I just buy massive canvas, put some molding paste on it, or what is it called? The white stuff. Anyway, so the molding paste put on, and then just make some kind of texture on top, and then put some pattern on it, right? So I made the Japanese garden that can be hang, like you can hang on the wall, so that I can have vertical Japanese Zen garden, which is beautiful. I love it. When I have those kind of solid goals, like what I want to create, what I want to accomplish, I'm very good at that. But if there is like a vague idea, or if there is, that's a good notice though for myself. That's true. Whenever I have solid goal, solid number, I can aim for it. But when it comes to like dreams, like you can have a dream whatever you want to, I'm like, oh, that's so many options, I don't know. But I do think once I have an actual dream, I can aim for it. Does it make sense? So that's, I should take advantage of my nacha, and then I think I can go somewhere with it. Oh, that's nice. That's nice to know. Yeah, I don't have to be right, but I can always try to be right in my context. Ooh, I love that. And then I just need to find solid goal, destination, so that I can actually make that happen for myself. Oh, I love it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful night, day, whenever you are, wherever you are.